I need to have a real heart-to-heart with you right now. I know you're tired. I know you've been holding Pi for months, maybe years, watching your portfolio bleed while your friends and family question your sanity. Trust me, I've been there too. But something incredible just happened. Pi shot up 13% in just 24 hours, jumping from 53 cents to over 60 cents. And I'm sitting here at 2 a.m. researching what this really means for us, because honestly, I couldn't sleep. Look, I've been in this Pi journey with you since the beginning, and I've seen the ups and downs, the broken promises, the sleepless nights, wondering if we're all just chasing a dream. But what's happening right now with this Gen AI announcement coming in 48 hours on Pi today might be the moment that changes everything. I'm going to tell you exactly what I discovered, the good and the scary, because you deserve the truth from someone who's actually holding Pi, not just talking about it. Before we dive deep, please follow my Telegram and Facebook pages in the description, because when this Pi 2-day announcement drops, you're going to want real-time updates from someone who actually cares about your investment, not just clickbait headlines. If you're tired of YouTubers who've never held a single Pi coin telling you what to do with your money, hit that like button. And please subscribe, because honestly, we Pi holders need to stick together, especially with what's coming in the next 48 hours. Alright, let's talk about what actually happened today, because this isn't just random market movement. Pi jumped from $0.5308 to $0.6005. That's real money for those of us who've been accumulating. Trading volume increased by 11%, which means people are actually paying attention again after months of crickets. But here's what's really got me excited and terrified at the same time. This surge is directly tied to speculation about the Pi 2-day announcement happening June 28th. The word on the street is that Nicholas Kokalis and the core team are about to announce Gen AI integration, and guys, if this is real, we might be looking at the first blockchain to truly merge AI with decentralized finance. Now I have to be honest with you, because I care about your money as much as mine. There's a massive elephant in the room. 268.4 million Pi tokens are getting unlocked in July. That's the biggest unlock until October 2027. Even if this Gen AI announcement is everything we hope for, we could see serious selling pressure that tanks the price right back down. I lost sleep thinking about this, because I know so many of you have been holding through the pain, watching Pi drop from its February high of $2.98 down to where we are now. We can't afford another disappointment. Let me break down the 3 ways this could play out. And I want you to really think about each one, because your financial future might depend on understanding this. Scenario 1 is the dream scenario we've all been hoping for. Imagine if Pi actually delivers working AI technology that learns and adapts within the blockchain. Not just promises, but actual functioning AI that makes Pi Network the most advanced ecosystem in crypto. If they pull this off on Pi 2-day, we could see Pi explode past $2, maybe even challenge its all-time high. The institutional money that's been ignoring us would suddenly take notice. Scenario 2 is the nightmare I'm honestly worried about. Remember what happened when Nicholas spoke at that Gen AI panel in May? The price crashed 27% in one day because people expected more than they delivered. If June 28th is another vague roadmap presentation with more coming soon promises, combined with that July token unlock, we could see Pi fall below 30 cents. I hate saying this, but it's possible. Scenario 3 is what crypto analyst Dr. Altcoin thinks will happen. Pi stays stuck around 40 cents through August, with today's pump being nothing more than temporary excitement before we settle back into that slow, painful, sideways movement that's been killing our morale for months. Here's what I think is really happening behind the scenes, and this comes from someone who's been tracking every Pi development obsessively. Yes, Pi's mainnet is launched, but it's still restricted. We're trading on limited exchanges with low liquidity, which means these 13% moves are amplified. In a fully open market, this might have been a 3-4% move, but the restricted access is creating these dramatic swings. The Gen AI integration isn't just hype, there's real potential here. If Pi becomes the first blockchain to truly integrate decentralized AI that benefits regular users like us, not just tech companies, we could be looking at the next evolution of cryptocurrency. This isn't just about price, it's about Pi finally becoming something genuinely useful in the real world. But I've been burned before by crypto promises, and so have you. The core team talks about inclusive, secure, compliant ecosystems, but we need to see actual results. We've waited long enough for promises to become reality. Okay, here's what I'm doing with my pie, and you can decide if it makes sense for your situation. First, I'm not making any emotional decisions based on today's 13% pump. I've learned that lesson the hard way. I'm setting a clear target. If pie breaks above 65 cents with real volume after Pi 2 day, I'll consider it the start of something bigger. But if it can't hold 55 cents after the announcement, I'm prepared for another crash. Second, I'm going to watch that Pi 2 day announcement like my financial life depends on it, because, honestly, it kind of does. I'm looking for actual demonstrations, not just PowerPoint slides. If they show working AI features integrated into Pi, that's huge. If it's another roadmap with future promises, I'll know it's time to seriously reconsider my position. Third, that July token unlock is keeping me up at night. Even if Pi 2 day turns out to be a major win, we can't ignore the fact that 268.4 million tokens are about to hit the market in July. That's a huge supply shock, and it could trigger a serious price dump no matter how good the announcement is. It's why I'm planning to take some profits if we see a major pump before then. It's not about being pessimistic, it's about being smart. At the same time, I'm keeping some cash on the sidelines in case the unlock leads to a sharp drop. If that happens, it might be the perfect chance to buy back in at a lower price, especially if Pi finally starts looking like a real, functional ecosystem with long-term promise. Look, I'm gonna be real with you because I know how much this means to all of us who've been holding through the hard times. These next 48 hours are going to be make or break. Either we finally get the validation we've been waiting for, proving the doubters wrong, or we face another letdown that forces us to ask some tough questions. But whatever happens, we're in this together. I'm watching every move, planning carefully, and staying ready. Because when the moment comes, we need to act, not panic. Today's 13% surge feels different somehow. There's actual excitement in the community again after months of despair. The Gen AI integration could be the breakthrough that finally gives Pi the utility we've been waiting for, but Pi's track record of underwhelming announcements and that looming July unlock means we could be setting ourselves up for another heartbreak. I'm cautiously optimistic, but I'm also scared. I've seen too many dreams crushed in crypto to get carried away. But I'm also not giving up because sometimes the biggest wins come right when things look darkest. If this resonated with you, please hit that like button and tell me in the comments. Are you holding through Pi 2 day or are you getting ready to cut losses? I read every comment because we're a community and I genuinely care about how this affects all of us. Please subscribe and turn on notifications because I'll be here with you for the Pi 2 day announcement, whatever it brings. Follow my Telegram and Facebook in the description because when news breaks, you'll want updates from someone who's actually invested in your success, not just chasing views. The next 48 hours will change everything for Pi Network. Whatever happens, we'll face it together. Stay strong, stay smart, and remember, we didn't hold this long to give up right before the potential breakthrough. I'll see you in my emergency Pi 2 day reaction video that drops immediately after the announcement. Until then, check out my other Pi analysis videos and remember, we're stronger together than we are alone.